Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awakening Study Group. The Awakening Study Group is a group of the Awakening Study Group is a group of like-minded people who are seeking uh, the spiritual path. So a lot of us feel that there's more to life than the physical reality, and we are seeking. So if you have encountered Michael's teachings, you know that Michael has laid out a path for spiritual growth. And my job, if you want, is to simplify uh, this path as much as I can so that you can start. That's the most important thing, in my opinion, is for you to get started. And that's why we have this Awakening Study Group. So if you are a seeker and you want answers and you want a clear path, we are happy to be there for you to help you. So it is the third Awakening Study Group I'm holding, and we went through some. I went through some important explanations in the first two, but I won't go there. But I may just give a summary. If you want to, you can go back and watch them. I'm gonna put the link. I'll put them on my YouTube channel if for reference, and I'm gonna put my YouTube channels maybe in the forum or even in the chat so that you can go back. But just as a summary, we Michael and I we consider awakening as being the recognition of us being spirit instead of the physical body. So as soon as you recognize that you are spirit more than the physical body, there's a detachment, there's a change of identity that happens. And that's what awakening means basically for us. So all the exercises we teach lead people on the path to realize. And just to start, as in the first video, I was talking about how to start this path is to feel. You have to learn to feel and understand what you're feeling actually. Everywhere you feel something, you have presence. Everywhere you feel, you have presence. And that presence itself, that's what spirit is. And the more you focus on that presence, the easier it gets to feel it. And the easier it gets to feel it, you realize it's very easy to move it. And doing that day after day, being able to feel it and move it more and more helps you to have a ground to identify yourself. Because when you just start, the spirit is so subtle that it's hard to say, okay, I'm that instead of the physical body, because the physical body is so intense. You feel your physical body all the time. That's why we identify with it, right? We are so there. It's like a loud noise compared to like hearing like drops of water from the faucet. If you compare dripping water from the faucet, the sound of that, and loud music, noise, that's the difference between like perceiving spirit and perceiving the physical reality. So that's why it's hard. We have to focus. We have to take the time to feel, and then get accustomed to that, get used to that. The more we do it, the easier it is for us to feel it, to move it. Then someday you just know that, okay, I am the spirit. So that's what awakening is. And in the second video, we talked about how to be able to focus more on presence, because we determined that wherever you focus presence, there's a densification of energy happening there. So universal truth. That's the way it works, you know. You focus in a spot and energy accumulates there. Uh, so how do we focus? That's the hardest part here, you know. You know that's a universal fact that when you focus, it condenses. But how long can you stay there? How long can you focus? That's your job. You have to practice that. That's what presence mastery is. And the first obstacle to that are our thoughts. We always have thoughts, and each time you want to focus somewhere, you have the thoughts coming, so you get back there. It's like, and remember that spirit is like a fluid. It's like fluid. Let's say you focus in your hands, you focus presence in your hand, it accumulates there. Then you have a thought about something in the past or the future. That fluid, that presence, it flows back and dissipates in I won't go deep into that, but there's other dimensions in which time can be perceived like spatial. So spirit dissipates through that. And but we want to condense spirit, we want to condense presence. My dog is whining. So yeah, we want to condense presence, and so we want to focus presence. We want to concentrate presence. All these words are very uh, filled with image. You know, concentrate, focus. You know, accumulate. But it's natural. You don't have to force anything. You just have to stay there. You have to have your presence in a specific spot and be able to stay there. That's your job, because the rest happens naturally. The condensation of energy, everything, it's natural. It happens. So we determined that it was very important for us to be able to control our thoughts. We learned that the idea that our brain is our mind was just an idea. We can change that idea by expanding our consciousness out by using our hands or using anything, you know. They're just symbols. Presence or spirit expresses like very free. There's all sorts of ways. Just imagine, the limit is imagination. So any way you want to express your spirit, it works with imagination. There are certain configuration that are more powerful, and that's gonna be our topic today. I want to talk about what we call mental postures. Uh, First, what is a mental posture? For us, a mental posture is uh, your state of being at any moment. So, if spirit is fluid, it doesn't mean it's just flowing. You know, it sometimes it holds itself in a certain state. Even if it's fluid, it's like what when you hold water in a bottle, the bottle is fluid. The excuse me, the water is fluid, but the bottle is holding the water. So the mental posture is holding your energy, if you want, in a certain way. And so what is the mental posture again? It's a state of being in a particular moment. So it's easy to just let's do it together. We're gonna do it together and try to feel what a particular state of being is at a certain moment, and you feeling the difference will make this more obvious for you. So we just did something, okay? Sitting down or standing up in any way. We'll just breathing and relax. Just become aware of your physical body. Do some deep breaths and become aware of your physical body. Deep breaths. Become aware of your physical body. Now you're gonna cross your arms like that. Cross your arms and just feel how it feels inside. Just feel how it feels inside. And allow it to happen, okay? Allow anything that's happening inside to happen. So cross your arms like that and feel what's happening inside. Now open your arms and feel what's happening inside. Open your arms, feel what's happening inside. Allow it to happen. Now cross your arms again and feel how it feels inside. Now just to put your arms back down. Has anyone felt the changes happening inside? Have you had success with that? Yes, very good. So that's exactly that. That's exactly. So you see that's what we call a mental posture. A mental posture is a state in a certain moment. So when anything you do with your body is a mental posture. Uh, but there are some mental postures that are more powerful for your spirit, more, if you want, nourishing for your spirit. And there are some mental postures that are more depleting for the spirit. And as we awaken, we start to understand these things, and we adjust our behavior, if you want, our ways of mm, can say we become more of a driver of a spirit instead of a passenger. We become more in control of these things, because sometimes we think that the outside world should determine our state of being. We look at the outside world to allow us to feel in some ways, but it doesn't work like that. Especially when you doesn't actually it isn't rigid like that. So yes, the outside world will change your state of being, but it doesn't have to be. You can change it too. Is what I mean. So uh, these are mental postures, right? And you will see that there are some mental postures that are depleting, and you must become aware of these postures that are depleting. So the more present you are with yourself, this is gonna help you find these, observe these mental postures that are depleting. Sometimes there are even physical postures that you like so used to take that are depleting your energy, even your health. It can impact the physical health too, And you see that sometimes some people, they are locked in certain posture. They are naturally locked in a certain posture. It's because they are so used to be in that uh, uh, not perfect posture, if you want, like a bit skewed posture. So what we want as spirit, yeah, exactly. June says computer posture from sitting, yes. And we get so used to that we become rigid in that way, and we think that's that's the natural posture. It becomes natural for us. But as we awaken a spirit, we learn that there are more powerful postures to hold, and the purpose of the spirit is to grow, and we have to learn the postures that help us grow. Just as I always love to compare the spiritual growth as a growth of a tree. As a seed sprouts, it will seek the light. It will grow towards the light. So us as spirit, that's what we should do too. As we sprout, as we awaken as spirit, we should seek something to grow towards. And that is God. We have to grow towards God. And that's our light. But so to align to that, to grow towards that, we have to change from the mental posture we are used to. So if we are used to a crooked mental posture, which leads to a crooked physical posture, we are looking into that. We're not reaching out, and we're getting crippled as spirit. We're not growing. We are stuck there, and it's a choice for us to just break out of it and start to grow. And I will just share with you some just beginner level but very powerful mental postures that you can choose to take like daily, anytime, anytime you feel like it, just to realign, start to realign. And alignment is very important. Alignment is very important. And if you have to talk about alignment at after awakening, it's a very complex. We are growing into a very complex structure, but God will be guiding us through that structure. But as we are awakening, it's not complex, it's easy. We have to find certain balance, certain equilibrium inside the physical body, and it creates these, let's say, energy activation, if you want. There are some postures that create like an activation of energy, like a new level of energy, and it aligns you more. It's like, yeah, it's an alignment. But it's never ending. So that what I mean is that as an awakening being, you start to align these parts of you. We're going to talk about these different alignments. But then when you get into contact with God, you allow God to continue the alignment. But you have to always choose the first steps, always align. It's like standing up, right? You choose to stand up, then you walk. So there are some postures that you do, and the postures that you do to start to get aligned with God. So June said, is it the mudras with the hands? It's a bit of all of that. It's a bit of all the practices in every culture. Everything that uses the physical body, everything that like dance, anything, dancing or mudras or yoga, anything you do with physical body creates these mental postures. But some people have found very strong mental postures that have like different sort of benefits, and it's all an exploration. Anyone can explore all of these things. So there's so much to, as I said, spirit is very fluid, and you can express, and only imagination is the limit. So that's what it is. All these practices through all these cultures are just self-expression, of spirit in all of these ways. But if you want to stick to the basics and understand the power of mental postures, just the spirit is holding itself in a certain way, and it activates certain nodes, if you want, certain energy center in the physical body, and different forms of alignment creates different levels of activation. And I always talk about the hands and all that. The hands are very important. They are like an extension of the heart. And when you balance the hand, it's a first level, if you want, of balancing the energy. So that's the first. I always talk about that. I'm going to practice it here. You should put your hand in front of you like that, in front of your chest, like maybe 1 feet or 30 centimeters from your chest, like that, in front of you. And start to feel your hands. Start to feel your hands more and more. And imagine that your brain is expanding into your hands. So your mind is your hands. Deep breaths and continue to feel your hands more and more. Feel your hands more and more. Now try to observe which hand feels heavier. Is there a hand feeling heavier? In general, you will have your main hand. If you're right hand or left hand person, it will be heavier in your main hand in general. So just feel that difference. Feel the difference in presence between your right and left hand. When you feel the difference, just allow it to balance itself. Just like water levels itself, allow the energy to level itself. Just allow. There's no force required. Just allow it to balance itself until you feel both hands the same. When they be the same, you will feel this rise in presence. It's like an activation happening. Slowly allow it to balance itself. All right. Has anybody had any difficulty with this one? Yes. So whenever you feel one hand is more magnetic, that's what we call your natural posture. The spirit has a natural posture throughout the physical body, due to the way we use the physical body, right? If you're right-handed, so there's more presence into your right side of the physical body. It's natural, but it's not ideal. It's not the ideal way to be. So we are learning as spirit to move all back into alignment, and slowly but surely we are doing that. So whenever you feel you have more presence in one hand, just allow it. No, don't force anything. There's no the way to move presence is in grace and nonchalance. That's how you move presence. It doesn't mean that there's no strength to it. You add strength to the movements by using symbols, but you don't use force. Uh, so you allow, so you use like a powerful symbol, a strong symbol, which doesn't require force, as water leveling itself. You know, if you put water in a vessel separated by two, like let's say you have an aquarium like that, you separate the aquarium by two, and you have one level of water here and one level here. As soon as you remove or just lift the separation a bit, the water will level up naturally. It's very strong movement. It's very but natural, but very effortless. There's no forcefulness. So this symbol is very powerful for the hands. Just imagine that they're just leveling up and allow it. And you're gonna feel this raise in presence like an activation. So this is that. The second way, you can do it with your feet. You can feel the bottom of your feet, how it feels on the ground. You can do that. Standing up is better because you're gonna feel it more, but sitting down works fine too. But just allow your feet to be pressed to the ground so that you can feel the bottom of your feet. Just feel it more and more. Bring presence to the bottom of your feet. Feel more and more. And you're gonna feel that you're standing, you have more weight on one feet than the other in general. In general, you're gonna feel that you're having more weight on one feet, and the same thing. But this is gonna be through your whole body. When you have more weight on one feet than the other, it's like this whole chunk is standing heavier, you know. So you balance it by imagining that all of this is coming to the center. all of this part of you is just flowing like water in a cylindrical vessel, like just getting into the center like that. And you're gonna feel that balance too, and it's gonna activate this new level of presence. So it's a very good practice to do before any energy exercise, any energy practice. Just balance yourself. So there's another one, very important and beautiful one, is the alignment of a column. Because of wrong posture and because of different emotional states, there's so many things putting us out of alignment all the time. But our job is to just realign every time. And a powerful alignment, let's say when you already balance both sides, your left side and oh, I wanted to share something else. Okay, I wanted to do something else before the column. I wanted to help you balance with the eyes too. So there's the let me share this. Okay, there's this shape. Are you seeing? Is everyone seeing the shape of my screen here? Yeah. Is everyone? Yes. Okay, it's working now. All right. So this shape, it's called Vesica Pisces or Vesica Piscis, depending on who's telling, but I will call it Vesica Piscis for now. You see there are two intersecting circles. If you look on the left, you have this crescent, the left crescent. Then you have this eye shape in between. Then there's another crescent on the right. So the way to balance your energy or presence with this shape, using this shape, is your left eye should be seeing the left crescent and your right eye should be seeing the right crescent. As soon as you're able to see that, the two crescents, and relax there, your energy balances. Your two brain hemispheres balances, your energy balance equilibrates. So you can do that with me together. And it's a very nice tool to have if printed somewhere in your room or even anywhere, even on your phone. If you have a couple of minutes, just watch it and just balance your energy like that. You can do that together. So take a couple of deep breaths and start to look at the image. Very relaxed. Just relax. You're not trying to do anything right now. Just watch and try to observe with which eye are you looking. Are you in which eye are you more focused? Oftentimes you will realize that you're looking from one eye more than the other eye. If you start to relax and continue to watch the image, you will feel the difference. And the same thing is true here. Just allow it to balance and continue to watch the image and start to see the two crescents and allow it to stabilize. You see it easier and easier and you can stay there balanced. Take your time. Allow it to happen, not force anything. Okay. Has anyone has any difficulty with this one? No. Very good. So these are all very simple ways to just balance your energy, and this is important when you're starting to work on your energy, work on your growth. There are certain June said it became 3D image, so it's like detached from the screen. That's very great. But yes, focus on just when it becomes like these two questions is where you know your your balance. And yes, it can, because your focus changed. You're not bifocal anymore. Your focus expanded. Then yes, it can has these effects. And in another session, we're gonna start talking about mirror meditation and all that. This is gonna be powerful too. But today, let's stay on that. Okay. So you got success with that. Very good. So these 3 ways, very simple ways to balance your energy, are very important to start your practices. And you're gonna see the benefits. It just activates and activates and activates each time you balance your energy. And we're gonna add the column to that too. The column, we have chakras, and these are manifested in the physical body as glands. We have like different glands throughout the physical body that releases hormones through the bloodstream and creates all these different states of being for the physical body. And so we can use that to align and activate like different. These are mental postures, right? Let's say you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling anything negative, like you're feeling all these gut bad emotion. It means that you have a lot of presence there, you have a lot of attention there. So that's why you're feeling this more and more. So that's your current mental posture. And I said there are some mental postures that are more depleting for the physical body. So you can choose to change that state and bring more presence somewhere else that's going to be more beneficial for you. And you can do that by climbing up the column, the chakra column, just with imagination and focus. So what you're feeling all the way down there, the body motion and all that, just allow it to climb up. And even if you're not grabbing the feeling itself and taking it somewhere else, let's say you're taking the ghost of it. Okay? Imagine that you're feeling something, right? If you imagine that you're moving it, but it's not moving, just tell yourself that the ghost of it is climbing up. Imagine that the ghost of it, in movies, sometimes ghosts detach from the physical body and all that. Imagine that the ghost of it is detaching and climbing up. And this is gonna create a release. You're gonna see it's very powerful. You don't have to force anything. You're just creating like a movement. And so that's for the column. And each chakra has a specific color, yes, but it means that it has a specific vibration. So a different when you focus on a specific chakra, you will perceive reality in a specific way, or you will express in a different way. It's 2 ways. You will either express in a certain way and perceive. You will both express in a certain way and perceive the world in a certain way. If you're in your solar plexus, it's very identity driven, or what people are thinking about me, or how should I be perceived in the world, or that. But we always choose the heart. We always choose to stay in the heart. It's the most powerful mental posture to hold, to be stable, and it helps us to manage our emotion better, because we are there in the heart, and not dancing in the pool of emotion. You can stay there and observe what's happening. You don't have to. We're not trying to cancel all the emotion or anything. We're just trying to observe everything. So choosing the heart is a very powerful posture to just stay stable. So I highly encourage you to choose that. And a powerful symbol for that I use often is I imagine that the heart is my ground. The what's under my feet is just a density of presence, if you want, a thickness. But my ground is my heart, and so it's easier for me to get back there. Because ground, you always go back to your ground. So it's easier for me to go back there as my center. And well, that's for the mental postures. And so why are they so important? You have to, as a growing spirit, it's very important to understand mental postures because we want to move forward, we want to grow, right? We don't want to take a step forward, then take two step back, take a step forward to take. That's not productive. So you have to become aware of your mental posture throughout the day, and it will become more natural for you to. It will become more natural for you to observe your mental posture. That the more you practice presence, because the more you practice presence, the more present you become, right? The more you can feel yourself at any moment. You're not lost in thoughts anymore. You become more centered and you can observe everything happening. And you're gonna notice throughout the day that you are maybe adopting some mental posture that are depleting for the spirit. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel what's good for your spirit and not good. It's the same as it's something touches your skin. If it's a good thing or bad thing. If it's hot, it's gonna burn. Or if it's anything, I don't have to explain all that to you. But it's the same thing for spirit. You know what's good and what's not good in spirit. The more presence you become, and it's important for you then to choose to rectify or to realign into a better mental posture. Just to not go back to your growth, to have a steady growth. Because it's all good to do your communion, your meditation and all that, but if throughout your day then you're adopting a bad mental posture, debating mental posture, you're not gonna see real result in your growth, and it's gonna be wasting time. So that's why it's important for you to understand mental postures. Every time, at any moment, you are holding a mental posture. And right now, you are holding a mental posture. Now you have to determine yourself what's the mental posture. You don't have to have a name for it. You don't have to describe it, but it feels a certain way. The way you're sitting down, the way you're standing, it is a mental posture. Now, if you let's say you're crouching in a chair like that, you just feel yourself and then see the difference when you straighten up. See what happens, feel what happens inside of you when you straighten up. Even stand up and feel how it feels. If you feel that you have more weight on your left or right leg, balance it and feel the difference. If you feel you have more pressure in your left or right hand, just allow it to balance and feel how it feels. And you see that it's like climbing stairs. You're climbing stairs, you're more and more aligned, and it's opening up an access. It's opening up the doors towards presence of God. We have to stand a certain way to receive God, just like a tree has to turn to the light to receive light. But it's the same way for spirit, but not in physical terms. It is more in spiritual terms. God is beyond this reality. And that's why it's very important to awaken first. Start to feel this different way of perceiving reality in order to understand that, okay, there's more to perceive than what you're perceiving through the five senses, which allows you to perceive God through like a different or extended sense of touch with spirit. And all of this starts with the right mental posture. And that was the topic for today. Do you have any question about that? Or was I clear? Or any question about awakening? If you have any question, anything I can help you with, can ask it now. Or if not, we can end the meeting for today. Just wait a couple of minutes. If you don't have any question right now, it's, no worries. If you have any more questions, let me put the link to my YouTube here. If anyone of you wants to watch the recordings, and that's where I'm gonna put all the recording. I don't want to put it on the forum. It's gonna be too much material there. And if you want to share with anybody, it's free. Okay, that's my YouTube. And here is my email if you want, if anyone has any question about what we talked today or about awakening. So I was very glad to talk to all of you. I hope you found value in what you've learned today. I put it into practice. Well, I put the next, let me work. I made a mistake in the typo in my email. Yes. You're very welcome. Yes, put into practice. See how it affects your energy when you balance your energy, when you choose these powerful mental postures. And for me, I always focus on the straight path towards awakening and growth. For me, I have the straight path, but that doesn't mean there's no exploration to do. All these cultures have created so much beauty in spiritual expression. If you ever want to explore, that's fine, you know. Yeah, if you want to know maybe the mudras, how powerful they are in changing your mental posture, some yoga poses, how powerful they are in changing your mental posture, and what are the effects, you know, all the exploration you can have, you can do. But for me, I want to focus on awakening. My mission is to help you awaken. Then exploration comes after. And there's so much ways to express our spirit. So I was very happy to talk to you. Thank everyone for being present, and to everybody listening to the recording. Thanks so much for your time, and God bless you, and have a nice afternoon. Bye.